Aloha and welcome to another day of reflection, introspection, outrospection, YouTube spection with this guy. So, what has been going on? Yesterday, I reported on, wow, that noticing that pattern in myself, and that, not just the pattern, but the belief system, right? The belief that I should just be good, be a good consumer, sit, be quiet, do what they're told, and not deserve any fun. And I think a lot of people in our society are in that. That's why, they go to work, they feel like they have to meet that stable base, and they don't know how to, they don't know how to rate, they don't know how to increase their whatever in the pyramid, their self-actualization. And then when they do, you know, now they're in an MLM, and the only thing they're thinking about is money or going to Mars because they have other problems, other patterns that they're trying to mommy figure out, or daddy, or whatever. Um, and that taking a capitalistic stand on self-actualization means like, hey, I'm in this growth process. I'm becoming a better person. I'm whatever, but still the underlying goal is money. Whatever. Slight pet peeve, or just noticed peeve. And I'm not gonna lie, part of me is there as well. It's like, yeah, I'll do these things and I'll make this money, and if I make $20 million, then I'll be happy because that's what's on my goal card. The fact of the matter is I'm already happy. And what would I do if I had a lot of money? I would buy people shit. I would give it away, you know. I like to see other people happy. And it'd be like, oh, 50, $100 here, I'll buy you lunch, I'll buy you this, whatever. Um, yeah, I'll do this charitable thing. So, also have a hot spring house on Big Island. But um, today in class, and the way that our class is structured isn't just like um, you dive in, you're doing psychology theory, right? Um, Ours is based on transformative learning, and the first two classes, one is like well-being, health and well-being, or something like that, and the other one is introduction to transformative learning. And in both of these, we're learning about embodiment, we're learning about rituals, we're learning about learning, we're in our groups on a weekly basis. We're in two groups, and one of our groups you have a role, and you go through all three roles each week of observer, um, that's just observing, coach, they're facilitating the conversation with the other person, they're facilitating the other person speaking, they're asking questions, nudging them for more information, and the third person is the focus. They're the one who's speaking. And this type of role play, this type of therapy situation isn't unique to my university. I did some similar things in authentic relating games, or it was called like the miner, who's the one who's searching for information, and then I have no idea, the hot seat person and the observer. Um, anyway, the point is, in today's, I decided to speak about my most recent experience of yesterday with discovering this belief system within me. Or, I'm not going to say discovering because I knew it was there before, but bringing it up to the surface enough so that I realized it, that I was able to focus my eye on it, and that I was able to start feeling what it was doing inside of my body. And now that it was at the feeling level, it was time to start unwinding those feelings. And as I was talking about this today in class, in my small group, I started feeling tightness in my chest, in my diaphragm, in my chest. My throat was cracking. It was challenging for me to speak about this belief because it was so deep and so personal, and it is the thing that has caused so much self-sabotage. And one of the um, what did they call it? The window of your like happy zone, right? When you're operating in this happy zone, your emotions are like this, you know, your actions are like this, everything is fine and stable. Above this, you go into fight or flight. Below this, you go into withdrawal, you know, and instead of a depression, right? So these are like the bipolarness, you know, that I feel like I was experiencing, and there's a lot of nervous system, you know, a lot of that's built into that. You know, it's like if you're in a war zone, for example, or you're abused or whatever, you know, and now all of a sudden you hear a loud noise or a slamming or a smacking or a knocking, you know, that would take you back to that trauma time. Your nervous system senses that in such a way, and it sends a signal to your brain in such a way that you react in a certain way, and that just becomes the unconscious thing. It's part of your you-ness, your subconsciousness. And so it was like, for me, I noticed myself yesterday buying that fucking Domino's pizza, and my classmate said, you know, like, maybe that self sabotage is also a way to test those limits, right? Where are these frames for you? And, you know, you can increase your zone, right? I feel like I've increased mine significantly over the last 2 years, where where it had gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So anything that I would do would fucking freak me out, and I wouldn't know how to react. And now, as I'm more stable, as I'm more secure in myself, as my awareness has come back, as my daily habits, my rituals, you know, that zone has increased, my window has increased. Um, but I was still triggered by that belief system that I had to stay in and stay put, and that was causing this cognitive dissonance inside of me. And 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 in the class today, in the group today, while I was shaking, one of my group members said, "Why don't you, you know, do you need to shake it out? Do you need to stand up?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. Thank you." It was like I knew that, but I hadn't given myself permission. I didn't know how to give myself permission to discharge that energy. And then today, it felt so great to discharge that energy. And then this is the third time today that I've spoken about it, or the fourth time in the last 24 hours. The second was to a friend of mine today, and then the third time is to this video, to you guys out there. Click and subscribe. And and I'm able to sit with it a lot more, you know. And then the same person, she quoted Esther Perel, which is something like, you know, Esther Perel on balance, you know, and balance is like walking. You know, you oscillate between the left foot and the right foot. You're not on one or the other, but sometimes you're on more one than you are the other, and and so it's finding this oscillation. It's not like everything has to be balanced and perfect all the time. You can go to one area. You know, you can go to work mode. I can go to work mode, and then I can go to play mode. And I need to schedule it, because scheduling is extremely important to me today in my life right now. And so I put it on my schedule. Go running, go for a swim, go do yoga, and climb. And I didn't make it to rock climbing. I went to a massage instead, which I felt I needed that. I have to loosen up my groin, and hopefully the lady at the massage place got it out. But it was like it's like so deep in the groin, in the grassless kind of area close up to my butt cheek, and then running down, that it causes abdominal pain, and it causes hip flexor pain on my right as well. So um, I think something was like athlete's hernia or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of different groin injuries apparently. Um, that was being kind to myself, and that was treating myself, and that felt really, really good. So yeah, I still got a couple weights to lift tonight. Keeping on that, keeping on my Duolingo, um, keeping on my Steve Mackey and my singing lessons, and I'm adding more things back, and let's see in the next week or two get to if I can't get to Toastmasters. I'd love to get to Toastmasters again, and then Rotary Club. Yeah. So little by little, my day is getting better and better. And I got a new end table today. Boop. From Ross. For like $40. I can put stuff there. I can put stuff on my coffee table thing. Over there. That's a hot tub. It's coming in soon. I almost have my cold dip set up. Should have that by the end of the week. Let's make that effort to get the cold dip up by the end of the week. And yeah. Ooh, I need like a little step stool to get in that. That's a good idea. Super cool. Love you. Love yourself. Love you, universe. Universe is on your side. Aloha.